We're on the go with Joe, and he is checking out a new museum exhibit that is more than 200 million years in the making.
Wow. Well, Joe is here to tell us about this historic find that you can see at Hillsboro's Rice Museum. Hey, Joe.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we're talking about a creature that lived before there was a state of Oregon. In fact, this critter was around before a single dinosaur walked the earth. And thanks to one local man and a whole lot of work, we can finally meet this ancient Oregonian. At the Rice Museum of Rocks and Minerals, what was old is new again. I hope I look that good when I'm 230 million years old. Meet Bernie, the recreated fossilized remains of a thalattosaur. That's thalattosaur, a creature that makes a T-Rex look like a youngster.
He's about 230 million years old.
So he's older than the dinosaurs.
Right, older than dinosaurs.
Bernie is here because of a local man named Greg Carr.
It tells a part of the history of Oregon.
Greg is not a professional paleontologist. He just really loves fossils. And in 2011, he was helping his daughter with a geology assignment alongside a road in Central Oregon. Right here, to be exact.
We're there about 2 minutes, and my daughter picks up a piece of rock and says, "Hey, Dad, here's a fossil." And she hands it to me. And oh my, it's a limb, it's a bone.
They took a few small samples, and after getting permission to dig, Greg came back with members of the North American Research Group, a club of fellow fossil lovers, and they dug up a pretty big find.
Chunk of rock about yay so big around, about yay so thick.
In it were hundreds of bones of a thalattosaur, what was a big amphibious lizard.
The analogy is seals. They go out and in the ocean to eat, and then they come back on land and hang out with their family and friends.
And Greg didn't just find the bones, he took them out of the rock.
So this is what we call an air scribe, and it's basically a jackhammer, and you push it into the rock to chip the rock away.
Remember, Greg's doing this just as a hobby, and he spent around 5,000 hours extracting the fossils.
2 days a week, 8 hours a day for 6.5 years.
You'd think that would be enough, but then Greg decided he wanted to build a plastic replica of the bones for public display. So what did he do? He learned how to build a 3D printer.
I mean, that's not something you just go to Best Buy and get parts.
I went to eBay and got parts. Oh, I think I worked on it about 6 months.
He printed nearly 190 bones and put them all together.
To print this particular one in one piece like this takes about 3 days.
Now Bernie, he's named after the owners of the property where he was found, has a new permanent home in the Rice Museum.
Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah, no, Bernie has just like a great personality. I love to have him here kind of looking down over our visitors. Kids love him.
By the way, Bernie's actual remains are being examined at the University of Alaska. They have some experts there when it comes to ancient sea lizards, and it turns out that Greg's find is not just another pretty face.
It is the oldest animal with bones found in the state of Oregon.
And now we can all come face to face with prehistory. All it took was 220 million years of hiding, followed by almost a decade of hard work. For Greg Carr, it's all been worth the wait.
I hope people can understand that really cool stuff happened in the past here in Oregon.
You thought you were devoted to your hobby. Again, pretty remarkable, right? Yeah. So you can see Bernie is at the Rice Museum. So you do have to make reservations. Yeah. They only obviously encounter small groups or welcome small groups now. But he's right there checking you out. And they have other cool fossils and other things you can learn about there. If you've never been to the Rice Museum, it's actually a really cool place right off Highway 26 in Hillsboro.
That is so cool. It's one of those stories, when you're a kid and you're kind of in your backyard digging, you're like, I'm going to find something.
Yeah, right.
And this guy.
And this guy did. And he's been a fossil. He's loved fossils his whole life, and to make like a historic find like this is really cool. Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, thanks, Joe.